All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Chaha Quadash. Double honors to the head apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. And I want to touch on this recent video with the IUIC and this young Jake that comes up, and they get into a dialogue conversation about Revelation, the 13th chapter, pursuant to the 16th verse concerning the MOTB. Okay. And this video that I'm about to play is from Holy Bible Defenders, which is the elder from Baltimore, Elder Karada Zakba. I'll leave the link in the description box as well. Watch, subscribe, and be edified. All right. And the title of this video is Young Man Cuts the IUIC on the Mark of the Beast. Okay. Revelation 13. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it.
TikTok is so good. Like
You seen our TikTok?
like I knew this like just over the years. Like growing, reading the word.
There's only two camps that teach the microchip. That's either GMS or ISUPK.
Right.
Shoot straight with us, bro.
And ISUPK doesn't teach doesn't teach what the MOTB is. All right, they teach it the same way that the IUIC teaches it. Okay.
Who you
I'm
watching?
be straight with you.
Who you watching? That's
I
all
don't
we
watch
ask.
nobody. That's my own personal study because I've been believing that it's been the mark of the beast, been a chip for over 10 years now, my brother. You feel me? So I ain't been watching. Yeah, man. I've been about that. I feel just as much as the next man, but
How old are you again?
I'm 23.
So you've been believing this since you were 13 years old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And all already off rip, they're trying to undermine this young Jake for saying that he's been believing it for 10 years. Which why is that such a problem? All right, why is that hard to to believe? All right, this Jake could have very well walked past a Great Millstone camp or another camp that breaks down Revelation 13 and 16 correctly, all right, and heard them breaking it down. Or we also have signs out there when we're camping, man, going into the MOTB, being a micro C-hip. He very well could have walked past and seen a sign, man, at a young age. Like, oh, okay, they showing the barcode, they showing the device, the grain of rice going in the hand. They want to do this, da da da. He might have heard some scriptures. He might have done some research on. He could have came across a video on YouTube, man. All right, so they looking at him like 10 years. They're looking into him in a mind, in a light of, we really don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Read Sirach 3:21 again.
Sirach chapter 3 verse 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. Neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Read.
But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
So they bring up this scripture, which makes no sense at all. Why I'm bringing this up? All right, he brings up what was it, Sirach 3:21. Seek out the things and not be too hard for thee. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Which has nothing to do or has nothing to go along with the topic at hand. Okay, ultimately they're trying to steer the conversation in a different direction.
What you need to do is worry about the things that are commanded you.
Right.
Keep the commandments.
Right.
And he says, keep the commandments. Well, hey, not taking the MOTB is part of keeping the commandments. Okay. Let's go to Leviticus, the 19th chapter. And let's go down to the 28th verse. This is Leviticus 19. And let's start verse 27, because this is another thing that they don't keep. They're always talking about the law, do the law, and they don't keep the laws. All right, this is Leviticus 19 and 27. It says, "Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard." And IUIC, it is evident that they get edge ups, man. Okay, they line up, the lines the edges of their head, you know, around their beard. All right. It's verse 28 says, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. And this is in the law. Okay. So you receiving the MOTB, you have to make a cutting in your flesh. When you go into that word mark in Revelation 13:16, which is charagma, and you go into the root words, all right, it goes into the delivery system. Okay, concerning the karaks. Let's go into, Barry, let me switch apps real quick. Let's go into Salakia. Let's go into that word marks real quick. This is Leviticus 19 and 28. Let's go into that word marks real quick.
Strong's H 7085. Ka.
You know what, she pronounced it wrong. This is Strong's H 7085. It says incision or imprintment. Okay, so that word goes into an incision, and to receive this device anywhere on your skin, or even being directly wired to the mainframe of your brain, so to speak, an incision has to be made. So just off the strength of that, off the strength of the law, they should be telling their congregation not to take this device, man. But you don't hear that, man. All right. Even let's say you don't believe that it is the MOTB, okay? But you should still be pushing that to your congregation not to take this electronic device they're trying to put inside you, because it's widely known. All right. We see how society, or I should say the direction society is going, all right, to a cashless society, man. Where you they already have it where they're making it, getting you comfortable and getting you acclimated to not using cash, to tap, all right, to use your card. When you go into these grocery stores, man, and you go to these kiosks, these self-checkouts, man, they might have 7, 8, 9 self-checkouts, but only 2 of them take cash, or 3 of them take cash. Why is it? Because those machines never take cash or not capable of taking cash? No, they do that on purpose because, you know, the CEO, the ones who run these companies, that's an order that goes on down to the manager of that particular store. Okay, they do that for a reason, to get you comfortable, get you acclimated to not using cash, to only, you know, using that card, because society is going into a direction where it's going to be completely cashless, which this young Jake, you know, basically he's going into, man, and it's plain as day. All right, let's continue on, you know, because or Salaki, hold on, going back to Leviticus 19 and 28, you know, because that word in the Strong's H705 concerning marks is the Hebrew equivalent to the word mark in Revelation the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. All right, let's keep going.
All right. It's very valuable information when you read the Bible. Can I have the table for a minute?
Give me Revelation 22. Go ahead. I'm saying what I'm saying.
And all these guys under the IUIC, they're under a spell. They're under Bishop Nathaniel's spell. And we believe that, you know, the IUIC has been, or the leadership of IUIC has been compromised, man. And they have entered into an agreement with these particular agencies to not teach certain things and to teach certain things. Okay. And Bishop Nathaniel is nothing but a warlock, man. And he's using sorcery. He's using magic upon his congregation, man. Okay. He used to push heavy the true names of the Most High and his son being Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. But now he teaches in Jesus and Christ, Most High God bless. So something happened in between that time period. Now all of a sudden there's a place called hell. Okay. And now the Edomites, hey, after Yahweh Shai returns, and they're going to rise back up. Let's go. Matter of fact, let's go into the word warlock. Because when you go into the origins of the word warlock, before I go into the origin, let's just read the definition, the simple definition of what a warlock is. It says a man who practices witchcraft, a wizard, or a sorcerer. All right. It says a male witch. Let's go into the origin, and this is Old English. It says a traitor. It says, I'm gonna skip around a little bit. It says, from its application to the devil, it says the word has transferred in Middle English to a person in league with the devil, okay, and hence a sorcerer. So we believe Bishop Nathaniel has been compromised, and then he's in league with these particular agencies, ultimately, all right, these wicked elites, to teach things which he ought not, to lead you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans down that path of destruction, and lead you astray. You know, whether he received a big bag of money, okay, whatever the case may be, there has been an evident change from years back until now. And he's constantly changing his stance on what the MOTB is. All right. Hey, a couple weeks, couple months from now, he could add it and change it once again. And you have people in their congregation, the majority of these people in the congregation, they're going to accept it. They're like, okay, yeah, Khan. You know, he'll put the sound effects behind it, and they'll sit back and believe it. It's because they're under a spell, man. Let's keep going this video.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why I believe that the chip is the mark, and I'm gonna have scripture to back me up why I believe it. Like vice versa, what y'all doing, I'm gonna do it.
I'm listening to you.
All right. Because it's all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And with this chip, they're trying to put it in people like me and you, our hands in the soldiers' foreheads. And it also says that no man might buy or sell except him who has the mark, right? And with this chip, they're trying to make it the cashless society. They're already switching over to a digital currency. So in this chip, $100 bills, $20 bills.
And he broke it down exactly correct. And it's evident what these wicked elites are trying to do. And this is the main part of their New World Order, is having that electronic device in every single man, woman, and child. That's what they're pursuing, at least. And it's evident. And you know, the IUIC, they don't like talking about it. They like changing the direction of the conversation, you know, and just off the strength of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone teaching this and pushing it so heavy, because Great Millstone is the number one camp that is constantly and consistently pushing what the MOTB is concerning the that micro C-hip. All right. Now there's other camps that do push it, but not as heavy as Great Millstone. All right. So just off the strength of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, correctly breaking down what Revelation 13 and 16 actually is, they buck up against it. And you know, you have these guys of IUIC that don't want to receive it just because of off the strength of what Great Millstone teaches, right? You heard what he said at the beginning of the video. Who you watching? Who you watching? All right. Let's keep going.
You're gonna be laid out here on the streets. You can't go in the store and spend it. The only way you're gonna be able to spend money is by the chip in your hand. Read that.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14.
Yeah, so when it's implemented and it's made a mandatory where you can't buy or sell, you can't go put gas in your car, you can't go into this grocery store, you ain't gonna be able to feed your family without having that device in your arm. Are y'all not gonna take it, considering the IUIC off the strength of Leviticus 19, pursuing to verse 28? Huh? Let's keep going.
Blessed are they that do his commandments, right? That they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers.
You know what sorcerers go into?
Sorcerers?
Yes, sorcerers. It goes into magic or science, right? So without, on the outside of the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be dogs, other nations, sorcerers, whoremongers, and everybody that believes a lie.
And that's what y'all are under. Y'all are under sorcery. Y'all are under a spell. All right. Your leadership has you under a spell. They don't do no type of research for themselves. They take everything off the strength of what their leadership, mainly their leader, Bishop Nathaniel, says. Okay. And he said, let's rewind this a little bit.
Sorcerers, whoremongers, and everybody that believes a lie.
Hey, you believe a lie, okay? Because the IUIC believes that the MOTB is an embargo, All right, it's sin, you know, all these various different things, but what it actually is. Okay, so you believe in a lie. All right, let's go to 1 Samuel the 15th chapter, and let's go down to verse 25. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. And these guys are ultimately the rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and they're stubborn. Okay. Oh, you've been watching Great Millstone. All them guys at Great Millstone. Oh, that's what Great Millstone. Well, hey, there's truth and there's falsehood, man. All right, there is no in between. Okay, either it's right or it's wrong. And y'all push the law, push the law, push the law, but y'all don't keep the law. All right. You know, because when you get into the latter end of this video, which, you know, I believe this is the right video because the elder did 2 videos on this. And he basically tells the young Jake to wear your fringes at, man. But he cut y'all on the Revelation 13 and 16, man. All right. You ain't gonna be saved by wearing your fringes, man. The wicked scribes and Pharisees wore fringes, man. All right. And these t-shirts y'all got on, those ain't garments. All right. Where the rest of y'all's garment at?
So your best bet is to keep the commandments. Your best bet is to keep the commandments. That's how you get saved by Christ.
Hey, well, guess what? You know, what does Revelation the 14th chapter say, man? Huh? Hey, you can keep the commandments, but if you err concerning Revelation the 14th chapter, pursue. Hey, matter of fact, let's get that and we'll jump back to 1 Samuel 15. If you err, if you take the MARK, guess what? There's a judgment for that. Let's go to Revelation 14 and let's go down to verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, whether you take it, you know, wherever on your body, man, whether you get it in your hand, your arm, whether you take the Neuralink, it says, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So this is very, very heavy. And this is a heavy, heavy importance as well concerning the MOTB, what it is, man. It has a heavy importance because if you receive it and you take it, guess what? You could have kept all the commandments. All right. But guess what? If you take that electronic device, man, you're going to drink the wine of the wrath of Yahweh. Okay, the Most High Yahweh is going to take you out. Let's keep going.
Keeping the commandments. Read 14 again.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Not no chip or the mark of the beast. You don't got no friends.
Yeah, so
How we supposed to know?
14 again.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Not no chip or the mark of the beast. You don't got no fringes on. How we supposed to know you set apart? Don't you know God, Jesus Christ will kill you for no fringes? Zephaniah. Bring it out. Zephaniah 1 and 8. Situation we talking about. Right. The commandments is salvation issue.
Keeping the commandments is not salvation. Okay. You're not gonna be saved off the strength of keeping the commandments. It's deeper than that, man. It's deeper than just wearing your fringes, man. All right. Let's go to Romans chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, I'm gonna go straight to the point. Romans 3 and 20 says, therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. Okay, so we're not justified in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai by keeping the law. All right. You know, we already broke the first covenant. You know, like the elder Salaki, bear with me. I gotta take this call. All right, Salaki, that was a brother hit me up. I'm not sure where I left off in this video, but I'm gonna go to Galatians, the 2nd chapter, and try to continue on. This is Galatians 2, and let's go down to verse 16. It says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by faith of Yahushua Mashiach, even we have believed in Yahushua Mashiach. Okay, so you got to believe, man. You cannot keep the laws, statutes, and commandments perfectly. All right, especially in captivity. There's more to the law than just wearing fringes, man. And y'all are breaking the law right now, man. Y'all got edge ups. Okay, the scriptures speak about having long hair, man. You know, dreadlocks was never a part of our custom. You got guys in the IUIC that have, long hair, long dreadlocks. All right, get Krispy Kreme lineups. Even the leadership, man, is getting lineups, lining up their beard, lining up their, their head. Okay, that's breaking the law. It says that we might be justified by the faith of Yahushua Mashiach. Okay, the scriptures say, by grace and faith ye shall be saved, roughly paraphrasing. It says, and not by the works of the law, for by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Okay, plain and simple. Verse 17, but if while we seek to be justified by Yahushua Mashiach, we ourselves also are found sinners. These guys are seeking to be justified by keeping the law. They're pushing that you can receive salvation off the strength of just keeping the commandments. You heard what they told this young Jake, man. Where your fringes at? All right. He said, where your fringes at? Keep the law of salvation. Let's run it back. I'm over here butchering it.
Not no chip or the mark of the beast. You don't got no fringes on. How we supposed to know you set apart? Don't you know God, Jesus Christ will kill you for no fringes? What?
So, okay, will the Lord kill you for taking the MOTB? And we already read that in Revelation 14th chapter. All right, and he just told this young Jake that it ain't. He said that the CHIP ain't the MOTB. So and hence he's telling them, hey, guess what? It's okay for you to take it because it ain't the MOTB. All right. Now it's one thing if you tell them, hey, it ain't the MOTB, which it is, and but you shouldn't take it pursuing the Revelation the 19th chapter, but they don't distinguish that. Okay. This camp is hey man. These guys at the IUIC, man, like I said, they're all under a spell, man.
Bring it out. One in the situation we talking about. Right. The commandments is salvation issue.
All right. The commandments is not salvation. All right. Let's keep reading in Galatians, the 2nd chapter, continuing on in verse 17. It says, but if while we seek to be justified by Yahushua HaMashiach, we ourselves also are found sinners, is therefore Yahushua Mashiach the minister of sin? Yahweh forbid. All right, you're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, but you're not going to be justified by keeping the law. All right, the Israelites that brought Yahushua before the Romans, they were wearing their fringes. All right, it says verse 18, for if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. For I, through the law, am dead to the law, that I might live unto Yahweh. Verse 20, I am crucified with Yahushua HaMashiach. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Yahushua liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of Yahweh, who loved me and gave himself for me. Verse 21, I do not frustrate the grace of Yahweh, for if righteousness come by the law, then Yahushua HaMashiach is dead in vain. Let's read that one more time. Galatians 2:21. I do not frustrate the grace of Yahweh, for if righteousness come by the law, then Yahushua HaMashiach is dead in vain. So you saying that you can keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly and ultimately be saved off the strength of keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, then the Lord, then Yahushua died in vain, man. Okay, according to what the IUIC believes and teaches, man. Let's go back to 1 Samuel, and let's go back to chapter 15, and let's finish out verse 23. 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Okay. These guys are rebellious and they're stubborn. They're stubborn on the correct breakdown of Revelation 13 and 16, the micro C being the MOTB, off the strength of they just really don't want to agree with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. Okay, they want to separate themselves and off them receiving. Matter of fact, as a brother just called me, I had to pause the video. We were actually talking about this video right here, and off the strength of the apostles and elders on down Great Millstone heavily pushing, all right, what the MOTB is being a micro C hip, okay, and also the true names of the Most High and the Son being Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. They cannot come out and properly and push heavy what the MOTB is, okay, without Great Millstone's name coming up. All right. If they just all of a sudden said, you know what, I was wrong. If Bishop Nathaniel stated, hey, I was wrong, the MOTB is this electronic device they're trying to put inside you, what's that? What's their congregation? What's everybody in their congregation sitting there? What's going to come into their minds, man? Great Millstone, all right? And for you to come out and actually, correctly break down Revelation 13 chapter and the 16th verse, hey, man, you got to come out your mouth with, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. You got to say, hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, Great Millstone, they were right. They had it right. The breakdown is correct. Okay. But these guys are full of pride, man. They don't want to do that. They're afraid of losing their following or followers. And ultimately, going back to, the changes amongst the IUIC concerning the leadership, we believe that they've been compromised, man. And that very well could go against that agreement that they entered into with whatever these particular agencies, man, or whatever the situation is. We ain't got proof that these guys took the bag, all right? But it's becoming more and more evident. And in that stipulation, in that contract, because we know how Esau is with these contracts, that very well could be in it. That, hey, you cannot teach the people that the MOTB is a micro C hip. And we don't want you pushing the names Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, okay? You can mention it every now and then. You can say it if need be, but we don't want to hear it on a consistent basis, all right? Because Great Millstone is a #1 camp that is heavily pushing the names of the Most High and the name of his Son being Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, and also what the MOTB is, man, okay?
Chill. Right on that piece, bro. Read Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such are clothed with strange apparel. You being an Israelite not having fringes on is strange apparel.
And they breaking that down wrong too, man. That ain't strange apparel. And the elder from the elder out of South Carolina, Manata Zakba, did a video on that. I'll put the link in the description boxes to that video as well, Lord willing. Let's get one more precept and we can wrap it up. All right, 2 precepts. Let's go to Matthew 22 and verse 29 first. This is Matthew 2 and 29. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of Yahweh. And these guys at the IUIC, they err off the strength of what they are being taught by their leadership. Okay. And like I said, these guys are under a spell, man. All right. Bishop Nathaniel is a warlock, man. Let's go to Romans, the 16th chapter. And let's go down to the 17th verse. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine. And this mark is different than the mark that you see in Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, it's not the same mark. Even though the IUIC tries to bring these 2 marks together as the same, they're not. And there's plenty of videos going into that topic as well. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine. This is what you see going on. These guys at the IUIC, they're calling divisions and offenses. They're teaching contrary to the true doctrine. All right. They won't push the true names of the Most High and his Son. They want you to believe in Jesus and Christ, but they want you to change the image in your mind, right? They want you to change the image of what or how quote unquote Jesus Christ is portrayed to the earth. All right, they want to give you a new image, you know, which is according to the scriptures, but they don't want you to give you an you know, you got to keep the same name, right? It says, and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Verse 18, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but their own belly. All right, these guys serve their own belly, man. Whatever happened in those years prior to, you know, the leader, you know, I believe this is, you know, before the IUIC was established, when, you know, Nathaniel was, you know, teaching and pushing the true names of the Most High and His Son. He was pushing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, he was breaking down the names correctly, man. But in between that till now, something happened, man. Okay, you know, whether it was for monetary gain, ultimately he went astray. He didn't continue in which he had learned. And he very well could have been compromised, or, you know, the Lord just could have took that from him, man, and just blinded him. All right. But it's becoming more and more evident that this camp has, you know, taken the bag. Okay. Verse 18, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches. And this is what we see amongst the IUIC, man. They use the good words and the fair speeches. Okay. They try to come with that eloquency, the sound effects. They got the nice garments, the matching garments, the Hebrew Israelite weddings, the Hebrew Israelite this and that, the glorious, high profile Passover, right? It says, and by good words and fair speeches, deceive the hearts of the simple, man. All right. These guys at the IUIC that follow the leadership of the IUIC, hey, they're being deceived and they're under a spell. Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, or Chahak Wadash. Double honors to the head apostle, that is a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in our truth and sincerity. To the next time, Shalom.